Hello everyone, I'm the Heavy Jesus, and I am bringing you a commentary about how I do my Woodoo Magic as a spy. A lot of people have asked for this, and I decided that yes, I am going to show you how I do it. And in comparison to a lot of other classes, there are three main things you gotta be as a spy. You gotta be quick, you gotta be witty, and you gotta be rational. And I'm gonna break those down. You gotta be quick because you gotta know when to strike, how to strike, and how that'll affect other people. You gotta be witty because you gotta understand what sort of enemies you're fighting. If they're dumb, intelligent, or some other sort of thing, you gotta understand how they work, how they're gonna react. So you gotta understand that. You gotta understand how stabbing one guy will affect the other, and how he will be paranoid for the rest of the match, and stuff like that. And you gotta be rational because you gotta know what targets to pick first, how they affect the gameplay, and yeah, that's pretty much being rational. You gotta know how to use your cloak as well. That's also another rationality. And you see here I die. That's the only time I die. I get 15 kills and this match is over in 10 minutes. So, it's alright. It's nothing large. So, I guess techniques. Here, my main goal is, as a spy, you should... the three skills I said that you needed: quick, gotta be witty, and rational. That's all great. That's the skills you need as a spy. But what you gotta do is different. As a spy, it's your job to take out key targets and pave the way for your team. Those targets that your regular teammates can't take out, you take out those. Oh, and yeah, I just want to show you this. This is so lovely. Kapish, kapish. Oh, I just love that. Oh, yes. Okay, anyway, back on track. Right, so the three skills you need as a spy and what you gotta do. Engineers are one of your key targets. Regular teammates can't take them out. If they're a soldier or a demo man and they got an supercharge, then they can take out sentries with ease. That's no problem. But if you're a good spy, you can take it out in the matter of 2 seconds. And also use your revolver. Use your revolver, kids. It's so helpful. Right. Second of all, you want to take out heavy medic combos. Heavies are very annoying creatures, but they're very slow, and they have very big, delicious backs that you can stab. So take out the medic and the heavy, if you can. If the heavy is very aware, and this is the witty part, you gotta understand what sort of heavy you're fighting. If he realizes that you've stabbed his medic, he's gonna turn around and turn you into Swiss cheese, and you don't want that. So be aware. If the heavy is dumb, you can stab the medic and then the heavy at once, or if he's distracted. That's also being witty. You gotta understand what's distracting them. But if you can take out the medic and the heavy, take out the heavy first, and then get the medic later. He'll always be there to heal teammates. He can't do much damage to you, especially if you get the dead ringer, or you turn invisible and just run away. But be aware of the uber sauce. They sting! Right. Next up, techniques. Again, being quick as a spy also involves knowing the different techniques. You can stalk enemies, which is uncloaking behind them, and then stab them in the back whilst they're still running and you're behind them. This doesn't really work on experienced players because they can hear the decloaking sound, and I don't really recommend it. Second of all, you can use the stair stab, which is pretty much a necessity to learn if you are to be a good spy in this game. It involves being up at a higher altitude than a running target who's running towards you, jumping over them and then stabbing them in the back. You'll see me fail at the nearby staircase. I see the heavies coming up, and I was supposed to jump over him, crouch, and then stab him, but I missed. If I'd have waited 1 more second, I would have gotten him. So that's just something that you'll learn. I'm not entirely sure if I completed one stair stab, but I will do during this game. I tried a 180 stab, but that scout is quite good. the 180s. Think of the 180 stab as a bullfighter technique. He's running towards you, and then you turn around and stab him. And remember, most melee weapons, all melee weapons in this game, except the Spies knife, has a delay. The knife does not have a delay at all. It is instant. So just keep that in mind. The moment you press mouse 1, you already hit. Also, next up, discussing revolvers. Revolvers, there are only really 2 that I recommend, or 3 if you want to include the Enforcer. The 2 revolvers I recommend are the regular revolver and the Ambassador, or the Enforcer. But in my psychology, I like to think that the choice of your revolver affects the size of your penis. So depending on how long the revolver is, it affects how large your genitalia is. And if you got the Ambassador, that you got large Jones. That's not a joke. But if you use the Enforcer, man, that's a tiny piece of shit. It's not gonna be very good for you. So if you use a regular revolver, you can use that on close range, and it's alright. If you want to be a true ninja, you want to use the Ambassador, because that's good. Also, oh, I stabbed that scout and that didn't count. Oh well, shit happens. When the enemy has the blessings of the GabeN, don't get mad. Just accept it for what it is. They're being blessed because they're so newbie. Oh, that was tasty. That's a proper stair stab. Right, so moving on, yeah. With the Ambassador, I'm using the Ambassador, so I might as well discuss it. The Ambassador, if you didn't know, has a function that it crits whenever you headshot and doesn't ever crit anywhere else unless you have crit boosts. So the important thing with the Ambassador is that you gotta be able to aim. Now you can get 102 damage at any range if you hit him in the skull. Anywhere else, at longest range it does about 17 damage, and that's pretty crappy. At close range it does about 45 damage, I believe. Neither of which are really key. It's very excellent against ranged targets that are standing still with no rhyme or reason. Yeah, that's how it works. Next up, disguising. Or knives. Now I'll just take knives first. With the regular knife is probably the best knife in my opinion, but you can also use the other thing, the Spicicle. The Spicicle is pretty good, which, even though you do leave snowmen around, the fact that you're invincible from fire for 2 seconds is also pretty good. But I prefer the knife. Connor's kunai's health loss makes you die a lot easier, and once you get a proper stab off, it's not really worth it because the health just drops instantly. And then you'll have just as much health as you would with full health on Spy, and then it'll drop down to the boring 60 health. It is not good. Well, that's all I had time for today, but I'll get back to doing more commentaries, and it'll be great, because I'm back in the game. Alright, so see you next time.